YouTubers, long time no see. I know I've got shadows because I'm driving. This is my private spot in drive is when I want to do videos. Usually I'm driving. That way, no interruptions bother me. Another thing too, if you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I'm from the South. And right now we've got spring coming and there's pollen everywhere. So I'm either going to scratch my nose or my eyes, one or the other. If that grosses you out, I apologize. So I am on quite a few different platforms. And this week, I have been talking about change. And change is something that's can be really hard for a lot of people. An example, my youngest has, she works at a job. Of course, she works at a job. But she has been basically thrown into a position that she's never had before other than home life. She's managing, and she's only managed small children before. She's never managed adults. So this is a big change for her, and it's a lot. It is a whole lot because she's actually doing the work of 3 people, and she's handling it very well. And I told her not too long ago how well she was handling it with grace and tact, and she said, well, I don't feel like I'm handling it with grace. I said, well, you're doing very well from what I can tell. Now, I don't go to her job and check her out, which I could because it's in the serving community, and she is taking on so much, and I'm so proud of her. And she is the baby. And she's never, ever had to have anything like this before because we've always taken care of her. You know, if something happens, she's either had a significant other, a boyfriend, to take on certain roles, or she's had all of us in the family. So this has been a big change. And one of the things I want to talk to you about, of many things, is change. It can be very excruciating because some people just don't handle it very well. But whenever we learn to take our bodies and our minds, and we learn to tell our minds to tell our bodies, calm, be calm, take a breath, step back, and let's look at this situation, let's assess it. So whenever we do that, even if it's things running around being crazy, and we stop, and we just take a breath and we go, okay, calm down and think. Breathe and think. What is going on? How can I handle this better? This is a huge change. What am I doing? How am I going to do it? You know, these things can come about, and they're very serious, especially for some people that don't like change. But whenever we are able to take that change and we are able to mold it into ourselves, and we can look at the good things about it and assess the good things about it, it makes it a whole lot easier to be able to move into that. And by taking that situation and looking at it and saying, okay, so this is the change, whether it's been sprung on you or it's something that's been planned, and you're able to look at it and take it on with grace, it makes the move so much easier. So by learning to look at past, or look at people, or do some research on it, change can be a very exciting thing. One of the things that I'm wanting to do is start the public speaking thing. And this is something that is like a musician's job or an actor or actress's job. You know, it can be there for a moment, and then the next thing you know, it's gone. And then you're left high and dry. And my thing is making the change over from working a full-time job and moving into something like this, and doing talks and speeches and moving into the public eye can be a very scary thing, because once you decide to take that step and move into that public eye, people look at you for guidance, and they look at you, and a lot of people will reverence you, and you're their not spokesperson. What am I looking for? Like when children look up to adults for their guidance, to lead them, to show them right, and then you mess up or you make a mistake, and then people they forget about you and they just move on, or they want to just put it out there that you're not worth what you say you were because you made a mistake or you said something they didn't like. Things like this can be very stressful. But when I look at going into doing this and professionally going in and being motivator and uplifting people and teaching them about things that I've gone through and learning how to deal with it and assess the situation and making this change in my life is very scary. But in the same aspect, it is also very exciting and very thrilling and very, I don't know, it's a lot. And it's something that I want to do. I want to be able to go into this change and make it and just keep moving forward. I want to be able to transition easily. I want to be able to make this a smooth ride and to be able to not stress over it. So by talking about change this week and moving into a new situation, it has been a big deal, but I have to stop. I stop and I take a breath and I tell myself, this is going to be a good thing. I'm going to be successful in the change, whatever it is. It could be moving into a new house. It can be very scary, especially for small children. But whenever we take it on and we look at it as something great and positive and wonderful and helpful and loving and kind and compassionate, and we look at it like that, I know those last few are kind of weird, but whenever we look at it like that, it is something that is great, and it can help us with all kind of things in our life. So today, if you have any kind of change, whether it's a slight change, maybe going to a different coffee house or taking a different route to work, or to school, always look at it as a good thing that you're doing. And look at it with enthusiasm and grace and tact and excitement, and know that something great is going to come along. Now, I want you to go out there. I want you to be calm, cool, and collective. Know that any change that you're making today is going to be a great change and that you're going to be great at it. And don't forget to always be contagious and share that smile.